Bolen.
We are here again. Another week, another podcast, another excuse to take Jared out back and spank his tight little. I'm Ross Bolen, here again with my co-host Jared Borislow, and today we are going to entertain you together with a varied smorgasbord of topics.
I didn't know you spoke Swedish.
Jared, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Long weekend. I went out for the first time in a long time. Years, maybe, some are saying.
It's been 84 years.
But I feel good. I don't feel like, the Monday crazy after going out terrible, but like feeling a little bit of it. Not like physically, but like mentally, you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't go out, so I don't know. But I do know it's the 400th episode of this podcast. 400 episodes. So today, Jared and I are recording from the inside of a slingshot, parked atop the main stage at the Yellow Rose in Austin, Texas. I am wearing a full Care Bear costume. Jared has dyed his hair pink and gotten my mugshot tattooed on his ass. And every single one of you listening has won a Tesla. Congratulations. You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla. I told you I'm White Oprah. Kidding. Nobody gets a Tesla. I just paid our 2020 taxes, and I might start ride-sharing my Tesla and fire up the OnlyFans this June. So stay tuned.
Yeah, the taxes, I got a tax refund recently. That was nice.
I don't think I'll ever get another one of those ever again.
Why not?
Because the way our taxes work now, my shit's like tied to the company, and there's no... I pay a large sum.
A lot of people are saying that you are actually like co-sponsoring the state of Rhode Island with your taxes.
That's just absolutely inaccurate.
Oh.
The very, very insignificant and tiny amount of money that the government receives on behalf of Bolen Media and old Bill Bolen, we're paying for like half of a road to be paved somewhere shitty.
Well, they need it the most, you know? Like,
sure. I'm just saying, like, if we're not contributing much.
Ross, in honor of our 400th episode, well, your 400th episode, I've only been on like 60 of these, I think, ish.
Yeah.
Either way.
It's our podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. I've added a new sound to the soundboard in a segment I like to call J-Bones Sound of the Week.
Okay. I'm excited to hear this.
New segment for a new century.
Era. Century? Yeah. Sure.
I'm just going to always play the sound first and not give it an intro because I think my sounds will always speak for themselves.
Just hit it.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Wow. What is that from?
Dr. Phil.
Okay, so out of context, just absolute absurdity. What's going on there?
Well, Ross,
you're ugly, you're disgusting, I want to kill you, give me $200. Are they playing Monopoly?
I believe it is Dr. Phil, like, something he would do on the show is, like, lay out situations for the audience, like, this is what my guest said to this person. But when you take it out of context, it's,
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Oh, okay, so I'm guessing, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. This is a teen on the show who's disrespecting a parent. And that's the way they treat them. You're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm going to kill you. Also, give me $200 so I can go buy some new Jordans. It was probably the Cash Me Outside, how about that chick?
Who's on OnlyFans now.
Everybody's on OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. Ross has the ghost account now. He's going to take it public soon. But right now, if you're an OG on Patreon, you get access. Oh, not actually. I don't want people to like be OGs on Patreon thinking they get that, but period. I hope you like J-Bones. Sound of the week.
I didn't. Thank you for getting us to 400 episodes. Hit patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast to support the show and celebrate with us. Get ad-free, exclusive Friday episodes and more. First on the docket for today's show, though, because we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. Fuck trains. Jared, you're familiar with the locomotive.
Yeah.
The steam engine and such. Did you watch Thomas the Tank Engine as a child?
I did.
Great show.
I had a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine gear. I had the train. I had a Thomas.
I had a Thomas, too.
Conductor hat.
I may have had a conductor hat. I think I did have a conductor hat. A lot of respect the conductor got.
A little bit too much, if you actually think about it.
way, way too much.
He's a bit of a slave owner to the trains. He keeps them on the tracks.
What is the job skill there? You can pull the on button. You can pull the on switch. The train goes. Then you have to honk the horn, I guess, when there's a very highly populated area to make sure people are aware of your presence. But that seems to be a pretty easy job, considering I put it up there with like astronaut, professional baseball player when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And that it shouldn't have been up there. Mailman was somehow in that category too. Had a lot of respect for the mailman. Really liked I thought the mailman was dope. Still have, frankly, Gary, my neighborhood mailman, still have a lot of respect for the mailman. Shouts to Gary and all the abuse he endures from my dogs, Bruce and Bella, on a bi-daily basis.
Yeah, they do bark at him quite a bit. Ross, so what are your thoughts on trains? Why are we talking about this?
For those who are living in strange circumstances, a train is a form of rail transport consisting of a series of connected vehicles that generally run along a railroad or railway track to transport passengers or cargo. My question is how it is that these still exist, and not only exist, but there's one like 2 streets from my house. They're everywhere, and they're still heavily in use across the entire United States. And here's the thing. The first steam-powered railway journey in the world took place on February 21st of 1804. Name anything else from 1804 that we're still rocking with right now.
I can name 2.
Go for it.
The Louisiana Purchase.
1.
And Alexander Hamilton's death.
We're so done with 1804, we're almost to the point where we travel back in time and just tenant them so they never existed. And yet here we are still using their technology for transportation and shipping.
Yeah, I truly hate trains. So there is the train track Ross is talking about pretty much cuts right through the middle of South Austin. And kind of feels like every week, but it's realistically probably every 2 weeks, I will get stuck at a railroad crossing waiting for this unbelievably slow train to pass. Who gave that train the right to waste 15 minutes of my day sitting, wasting gas, polluting the world, just so some weird construction guy in South Texas can get gravel shipped to him from Oklahoma?
It feels like it's usually gravel, and I don't understand what determines the speed, because sometimes they're whizzing by and there's 300 cars and I'm still pissed, even though it's going fast because it takes forever. Sometimes there's 25 cars and it's going like the speed of the steamroller in Austin Powers 1.
No! Oh no!
Yeah, I'm like, what is why is it going? Are they almost out of coal? What does that thing do? And again, aged tech. We don't really have many electric trains running. I think the Amtrak might be electrical. Is it? Maybe?
I don't think so, but maybe.
We're just somebody's back there just shoveling coal.
Glaring lack of transparency from trains, right? Shouldn't we know this? What's powering the train?
Well, and also just literally, when I'm looking at the canisters, I'm like, what the fuck is in there? Why aren't they transparent? What are you hiding from us?
Maybe it's elephants. Elephant poachers are shipping elephants on trains because they know nobody cares.
I care. Every movie ever where I see a train derailed, something horrible is being stored inside, like a fucking alien. We need transparency on trains.
And Ross means literal transparency.
Every train car should be completely transparent so that we can see exactly what's being transported inside. I don't care if it's people, elephants, or aliens.
What about the bathroom?
Look, this is the way we have to operate now. This is like after 9/11, the rules changed. After this moment, this is train 9/11, where we unveil to the world that trains are fucking stupid.
If you think about it, until you framed it like that, very eloquent, by the way. Until you framed it like that.
Thank you.
I never really thought about, like, ever since 9/11, when I go to the airport now, every TSA agent looks at my penis. Through that thing, I stick your hands over your head. All right, nice cock, buddy. You're good to go. Go get your backpack.
Here's what's really funny to me, and I hate to do this to everybody, but here's what's really funny to me, and maybe if you're a female, you'd never even thought about male genitalia to this degree. But here's the funniest thing about those people who have to sit there and watch the scan of every single dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that there are some dudes that what they get is a scan of a nut sack and penis hanging right there over it. There are other dudes, what they get is a scan of a nutsack because the penis doesn't go far enough to separate itself from the nutsack in an x-ray. And that is funny as shit. And they have got to just laugh their dicks off at the varying penis sizes. And here's, I'll tell you, people are probably asking, like, Ross, why do you know so much about varying penis sizes? And I'll tell you, I've been to jail several times. And, there's a point in jail where they make you take your fucking clothes off and put on their clothes. When I say their clothes, I don't mean the other inmates. I mean the jail. They've got clothes for you there.
A onesie, right?
They make you wear. I wish it was a onesie.
Oh.
It'd be harder to access.
Oh, God.
Jail jokes. Anyway, I just remember at one point, like in Harris County, I was just like, Mother of God, there are a lot of different types of penises. Also, the other time I remember this was at camp when I was a little kid. We had like, a big-ass group shower type of situation, which in hindsight, I'm like, I don't know about all that. Just like...
And the counselors watch you in the corner being like...
Well, just from a general strategic standpoint, it's like, do we need all of the children showering in a giant trough like cattle? We're paying thousands of dollars. You people couldn't have afforded us individual showers? It's just a strange moment where you realize there's like 57,000 different shapes of dicks in here. What the fuck happened when God was designing the penis? Just everything went horribly wrong. Too many different types of penis. Which brings us back to the train.
Does it?
I don't know anymore.
And again...
But is there a big train lobby that keeps these things in business?
Guaranteed.
Like, how?
Guaranteed. I mean, the train's one of the oldest industries in America.
I remember when I was a little kid in Houston, and they like took down some trains, like tore up the tracks, or some of the tracks. I don't know. I spent a lot of time in Houston as a young boy finding bodies near train tracks. Don't they have like super fast trains in Asia and such? Like bullet trains
Yeah, they
that
do.
float and don't even touch the ground?
They're powered by magnets.
Yeah, see, I want absolutely nothing to do with any of that, man. I'm in the FSD Tesla, get up off me, homie. Hogwarts and Hitler used trains.
That's true. I mean, Hogwarts, more of a positive there. What was it called? The Hogwarts Express? Is that really the best name?
A lot of Christians that argue otherwise, Jared. Hogwarts was evil and taught the children that black magic and satanic witchery was acceptable. Not only acceptable, but to be celebrated.
Yeah. I honestly...
Hit the sound of the day.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Exactly.
That's Catholics to the wizards?
Yes.
What are they paying them for? What are they just stealing their money?
Damage they've done with their wands and wizardry. Poisoning the minds of the youth towards... I told this story at one point, but I went to church camp when I was a little kid, and this is a different church camp than the one with all the dicks I was just talking about. That was Camp Ozark, that was like going on to Euro trip. This other one was called Beach Retreat, and we went to the beach, and they baptized us in the ocean. Baptized. I don't know why I said it that way the first time. And at one point, so they get like 300 kids in the room, and the pastor's up front, and he's like, we're going to turn off all the lights, and anybody who wants to come up here and confess some sins, they can.
Wait,
So-
in front of everybody?
In front of the 300 kids, but the lights are all off, right?
Yeah, that doesn't... Okay. I feel like it doesn't protect much identity.
It's dark as fuck. Yeah, but you're right. They should have had a voice modulator. Because here's the thing. One kid gets up there and he's like, I've been picking on my little brother. You know, I feel really bad about it. The other day I like spit in his cereal or some shit, and everybody's like, boo, dick. No, nobody says shit. Then the pastor gets up there and he's like, blah, blah, blah. Next kid goes up there. I stole $2 out of my mom's wallet and bought some gumballs with it or some shit. I feel terrible. It was awful. And pastor, first, boo, scumbag, fucking asshole. Pastor goes up there. You shouldn't steal, obviously. Yeah, that was bad. But, pray for forgiveness and you'll be fine. Next little girl gets up there. Yeah, so me and my friend Susan, we've been going up to the attic and doing black magic out of a fucking satanic black magic book. And I feel really bad about it. No booing. No tomatoes are thrown because everybody's in shock. And the pastor gets up there and he grabs the mic and he's like, sweet mother of God, you what? Who hit the lights? Turn the lights on. Get her the fuck out of here. No, none of that happened. He reacted normally. But like the other part really did happen. This little girl was like, yeah, me and Susan, we go up to the attic and we worship the devil, and I feel really bad about it.
My issue here is that she was anonymous, but she just outs Susan.
Yeah, Susie, she was never seen again. Her parents never charged with any crime. Susan, rest in peace. Anyway, that was weird as fuck.
Doing black magic. I feel like though every like elementary school has the one fifth grader who owns like that weird black magic book.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe they only. Why is it only one? Yeah, you think there'd be like more who actually.
Yeah, we had one too. That's what's weird. And like how is it like a certain movie that like I missed that one kid watched and the rest of us missed, where you get super into that concept. I don't know.
Yeah, I was too busy playing like
it's not sports.
Minesweeper, not
definitely
sports.
not sports. All right, let's talk about why trains suck. They're very slow compared to what you would imagine, right?
Yeah.
For the most part. And I know there's like the bullet one or whatever in fucking Japan. We're talking about the ones we deal with here in America. And they're slow as fuck for the most part. They're also very long for the most part.
Yeah.
Like outrageously long. Why are there 300 cars?
Ross,
And again, what are in those cars?
My apartment backs up to train tracks, okay?
Yep.
People, if you thought I was rich.
Dude, there is a train.
Yeah.
The train station thing right there in like central downtown Austin.
Yeah.
Barrett used to live right next to it in that apartment complex forever.
So
the Amley, is that what it's called?
I mean, it's one of the ones
Who
on the
knows?
train tracks. That is one of the ones on the
Who's
train
to
tracks.
say?
So whenever I let my dog out, there's a train going by there multiple times a day.
Can we get a "Who Let the Dogs Out" soundbite for next episode? Thank you.
Yeah, I can do that. And I'll be out there for half an hour, and it's the same train that's going by the whole time.
Yep.
And the worst is when you're like, oh, it's been about 10 minutes since I've seen the main car. What's that called again? The engine? Yeah, the engine. So the train's probably over, right? And then another engine comes by in the middle of the train, and then after it is more cargo.
How come sometimes the caboose is the leader? They'll be running them in reverse. You ever seen
Yeah,
this?
I've seen that. I think it's
Ever heard about
because they're gonna turn the train around.
Man, that's a fucked up. And that's the other thing I always think about. I'm like, how does this work? Like, how does this work? Because we have a freeway, you know?
Yeah.
Where if some jackass messes up and gets into a wreck, the whole freeway's fucked. We got 6 lanes on that thing. The train is a track. You hear about shit going wrong with train accidents all the time. I've seen the movies. I've seen Fast and the Furious. It's a fucking train wreck in every single one. Half the Bourne movies have a train wreck.
Westworld.
If the train wreck happens, isn't like the whole system just destroyed? Or is there only one train running on that track?
Well, there's only one train running on a section of a track at a time. However, yes, if there's a train derailment, every piece of track connected to that is screwed on either side. Yeah.
See, Thomas, the tank engine focused way too much on the narrative and the character building and not enough on like the ins and outs of the mechanics of an actual train fucking station and how it worked. And as a result, I just don't know.
Let me tell you my biggest issue with trains in 2021.
Tell me.
What the fuck happened to the actual caboose? The red caboose, the little like shingled roof it has, it's chilling there at the end.
Yeah.
What happened? Why did they do away with those? That was the most endearing part of the train. We were taught growing up. You got the engine, the conductor, and the caboose.
Who wants to be the caboose? Everybody wants to be the caboose in the fucking class line going out to the fire escape, whatever. Which, you know what I'm saying, the fire drill, doing the fire drill. Which in hindsight, like, the caboose would burn alive in those situations.
It's
if
true.
somebody was going to, the caboose would be the person. So, but yeah, I'm with you. They've lost all respect for the general basics of train tech that we were taught as children.
We liked cabooses so much as a society. We live in a society.
We do.
That we literally made caboose a euphemism for the human ass.
Yeah, we love ass.
That's
how much we love cabooses.
Yes. And they're done. They're gone. I haven't seen a caboose since I think maybe when I went on the train in like the Great Smoky Mountains. I think they have a caboose still there.
Times they are changing, Jared. Times they are changing. It's 2021 and we've still got giant trains going and growing across all our major cities, blocking automobile traffic. And where the fuck is like Elon Musk on this shit? Like with the electric train or like getting rid of the train. I get rebuilding the car, but like, can't he reimagine the train? Make it transparent, Elon. That's note number 1. See-through trains. We need them. This is the same question I have for like the television. You know how there's still 50 brands of TV and all of them suck equally when it comes down to like the menu mechanics and shit like that? There's a billion price ranges. You don't know what's what. How is Apple or somebody not just come into that and been like, fuck you, here's the TV, everybody buys this TV. It's better than all the other TVs. We don't have to worry about any of the horse shit that all these TVs come with anymore. Instead, they literally made like an Apple TV little box thing to attach to your TV. They should have just made a full-blown fucking TV. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I honestly,
Timmy got distracted.
I wouldn't know how to buy a TV in 2021, right? Like, there's
It's
so
a
many
pain
options.
in the ass, dude. It sucks. There's 8G, 4G, 4K,
LED,
XK,
smart TV, Roku
OLED,
TV,
OLED.
organic LED.
Let me explain those to you. The blacks are extra black. There's like, it's ultra dark because they actually, that pixel turns off on an OLED. Instead of turning into a black pixel like it does on a LED, on an OLED, that pixel turns completely off. It's the darkest dark you can achieve, Jared. They told me this at Best Buy. It cost me another $600 because of this conversation.
You bought the OLED?
Yeah, I did. It's mostly been used to watch Coco Melon, so that was worth it.
OLED is what they, it's the kind of TVs they said they were going to make in Foxconn in Milwaukee when Donald Trump brought Foxconn to Milwaukee, and then they never built it, and then they kicked a lot of people out of their farms. It's not political.
What the hell's OLED?
It's true. It's the TVs. They were going to make TVs in Wisconsin.
Olaf was the snowman in Frozen,
Yeah.
I believe. I spent half my college experience in San Marcos, Texas, by the way, sitting behind trains in traffic, missing class or ass. Very sad. Unfair. Hated it.
Was it
Worst train city I've ever been in by far.
San Marcos?
Yes.
I had no idea they had trains there.
I don't know why. There's like 3 of them that cross through, and I don't even know how that makes sense. It's hell.
I remember you were talking about, like, you were always running train in college. Is that?
Hey, you know how there's that one section of the tracks where you get to it and then like a lever can be pulled and the train can be forced to go one way or the other?
And there's a guy with a mustache standing there going,
Yep. Think about just systematically how problematic that is.
I don't think that
We
exists
have a
anymore.
mustachioed villain in charge of which way the train goes at every single junction possible.
The Snively Whiplash, is that his name?
Stupid system.
I don't know if that's been around maybe in the last 200 years, but I agree. If you're able to just get on the tracks and tie a maiden up and just stand there.
It's like Waluigi's thing. That's
Yeah.
right up his alley.
Yeah. By the way, after I said that run train joke, I should have hit a new sound that I added to the board. That's perfect for like when you have a good joke. I'm going to hit it right now.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I don't know if that's how the soundboard can function, that you several minutes later can come back and say, you know, earlier I was saying this thing and I think I should have hit this button. I'm going to hit it for you now. That can't be how that works.
Yeah, I agree. I tend to agree.
Okay, just so we're on the same page. Any other train complaints? You ever been on a train?
Yeah. I've been on many trains. I took a
Many
train.
trains.
There's a train that goes from Sanford, Florida, up to Washington, D.C., and it's called the Auto Train, where you can load your car up into the back of it, get into a sleeper car, and take like a, 14-hour train ride up to Washington, D.C. We've done that multiple times.
14 hours? Why don't we just take a fucking boat? Why don't we just boat up the side of the fucking coast of the country, dude?
Well,
this is like the same. I'm like people on cruise ships. What the hell are you doing? Take a goddamn plane. 18 hours. I could get to fucking Japan.
It's not the destination. It's the journey. Okay?
Yes. Strap me on the flying shit box. Pump me full of Xanax. Put me to sleep, daddy. Wake me up when we get there. I'm not trying to be on a train.
The first time we took the Auto Train, the train stopped probably like 2 hours north of Florida because somebody on the train had a medical emergency, and my dad went in and helped him out. But the whole train stopped for like 2 hours. It was really bad.
Jared's dad is one of 6 good doctors left in the United States.
Yeah, hit him up.
See? People are always dying or crimes are always happening on trains. Fucking,
Oh, train robbery.
outlaws are riding up on horseback and jacking shit from you. Just empty your wallets, throw them in the bag. It's like, God damn it, another one of these?
Outlaws just roll up to the side of a train and are just jacking it.
Yeah. One hand they're jacking off, the other hand it's,
On the horse reins.
give me your goddamn wallet and watch.
And then you throw them out the train, but because of like the way that, gravity works, they just fly backwards and they're like, damn it.
You know the worst robbery of all time is still Bruce Wayne's parents. Every time I see that, any version of that that's been portrayed in cinema or television, I'm like, what?
Why do they walk down the alley?
Why are y'all? Yeah, first of all, why are y'all this stupid that you know the city well enough clearly, yet you've exited this theater and chosen to walk down like Murder Alley. A, B, this guy's like, give me your wallet and watch, and Mr. Wayne is like, all right, no big deal here. In every version, he's like totally respectful. Give me 1 second, and I will give you those things that you've asked for, stranger. I see that you're having a hard time. And then he's like, and those fucking pearls too, or like some shit, and like Mrs. Wayne's like, oh, and like something happens too quickly, and then he murders both of them, and Batman's created, and it's like, this was totally unnecessary. Exit the fucking front like everybody else. Have some bodyguards. You're a billionaire. What are you doing? This was irresponsible behavior.
I agree. That was a very poorly done scene that they've now done countless times.
So many times I've had to watch it. So many different times. And the result is always the same. Jared, what if I told you that we have a sponsor that makes shorts with built-in underwear, shorts so comfortable and good-looking that I'm having to attend therapy just to deal with the guilt of being this much more comfortable than everyone else?
Really?
Birddogs,
Wow.
bitch. They stole Lululemon's designer and are just doing it better. Perfect pants to wear to the pool this summer, Jared. We're wearing pants to the pool all summer long. But in all seriousness, they have shorts that you can wear as a swimsuit, or they dry off faster than a swimsuit, in fact, or you can go running in them or wash your car or
Yes. Let me give you a use
sweet
case.
sex. Anything you want. Use case, hit me. Boom.
Okay. Yesterday, well, as we'll talk about later, I went to NASCAR at Coda, a NASCAR race. I knew it was going to be raining the entire day, so I said, I would be an absolute idiot not to wear my Birddogs to this event.
Perfect time for them. It's hot outside, but it's also raining. You want to be able to dry quickly, stay comfortable, move fast.
When it wasn't raining, I was wearing shorts. When it was, I was wearing a bathing suit, and I didn't even have to get nude at the event in order to change because they're both the same thing. It's
And here's the
Birddogs.
thing. Most of those NASCAR attendees aren't wearing underwear anyway. You're actually wearing underwear. They're just built right into your Birddogs, which puts you a step ahead and a class ahead of everybody else, which is what you want. Exactly what you want.
I love Birddogs.
Jared.
I wear my Birddogs weekly. They are the best shorts I own. They have the underwear built into them. What more do you want?
I have
So
no
comfy.
idea. I don't know.
So trendy.
The pants are really comfortable, too. I wasn't joking. They do make pants. You can also get the pants without the underwear built in if you're against, forward progress or whatever. Go to birddogs.com and enter the promo code RBP. And right now, when you get some pants or some shorts, they'll throw in a free Birddogs whistle ball with your order. Birddogs.com. Buy whatever you want. Put the code RBP in. Free Birddogs whistle ball. You remember those Nerf Vortex
Yes.
Howler footballs that whistle when you throw them? This is like that, except with the Birddogs logo on it. It's fucking genius. Everything you purchase, frankly, should come with a fucking whistling football.
Play 500 with the boys and gals.
Do it. It's warming up. Summer is here. It's Birddogs season again. Birddogs.com. Code RBP. Boom. Free Birddogs whistle ball with your pair of Birddogs. Hey, J-Bone.
What?
Go long.
Okay. You want me to leave the room?
No, I want you to hit
What?
stuff to Wikipedia when you're high.
Oh, you said go long. I thought you were throwing me the whistle vortex across the studio.
No, that was your cue.
Grab your light. This is stuff to Wikipedia when you're high.
Stuff to Wikipedia when you're high.
Oh, we've got a fun one today. It's Operation Sea Spray. Operation Sea Spray was a 1950 U.S. Navy secret experiment in which Serratia Murchisons, I can't even read. These are two bacteria. Serratia marcescens and Bacillus globigi. That's the closest I can get. I'm never going to try again. Two bacteria were sprayed over the San Francisco Bay Area in California. So from September 20th to 27th of 1950, the U.S. Navy released these pathogens off the shore of San Francisco. Based on results from monitoring equipment at 43 locations around the city, the Army determined that San Francisco had received enough of a dose for nearly all of the city's 800,000 residents to inhale at least 5,000 of the particles.
I'm still unclear on the purpose of this.
So,
Hey, look, we have enough for everybody.
dude, it turns out there's like a whole bunch of random shit that the government has done that just doesn't really have a lot of rhyme or reason to it. But as a result, on October 11th of 1950, 11 residents checked into Stanford Hospital for very rare, serious urinary tract infections. Although 10 residents recovered, one patient, Edward J. Nevin, died 3 weeks later. None of the other hospitals in the city reported similar spikes in cases, and all 11 victims had urinary tract infections following medical procedures, suggesting that the source of their infections lay inside the hospital. Cases of pneumonia in San Francisco also increased after the pathogens were released, though a causal relation has not been conclusively established. The bacterium was also combined with phenol and an anthrax simulant and sprayed across South Dorset by U.S. and U.K. military scientists as part of the DICE trials that ran from 1971 to 1975. Just randomly, the government will decide that they need to know on a large case scenario how something impacts us, and they'll just do shit like this, and then we don't get to read about it for like 50 years, and it really makes you wonder, like, what they're trying to pull right now, stunt-wise. 5G. It's coming for you, and it's coming for me.
Okay, so they said, all right, we got these two bacteria. I have no idea what they're going to do to people. Let's just see. That's literally the point of this, you're telling me?
That's what it sounds like. Like they wanted to see if if this kind of attack was done, like how many people would be impacted. Sort of, is the impression I get.
So they wanted to see if we got attacked with a bacteria by another country, how many people would die. So let's attack ourselves to find out.
Apparently. It says there was no evidence that the Army had alerted health authorities before it blanketed the region with bacteria. Doctors later wondered whether the experiment might be responsible for heart valve infections around the same time, as well as serious infections seen among intravenous drug users in the 1960s and 70s. In the 1977 Senate subcommittee hearings, the U.S. Army disclosed the existence of the tests. Army officials noted the pneumonia outbreak in their testimony, but said any link to their experiments was totally coincidental. The Army pointed out that no other hospitals reported similar outbreaks, and all 11 victims had urinary tract infections following medical procedures, suggesting that the source of their infections lay inside the hospital. So this is the thing. In this subcommittee hearing, they apparently deny that these experiments, which they apparently admit to, spraying these two bacterias out into the San Francisco area, they deny that they did any harm, but not that they occurred without any real good explanation. And then, in the Senate subcommittee hearings in 1977, the Army revealed several things, Jared. One, between 1949 and 1969, open-air tests of biological agents were conducted 239 times. In 80 of those experiments, the Army said it used live bacteria that its researchers at the time thought was harmless. In the others, it used inert chemicals to simulate bacteria. In the 1950s, Army researchers dispersed Serratia on Panama City and Key West, Florida, with no known illnesses resulting. In the 1950s, Army researchers dispersed zinc cadmium sulfide, now known as a cancer-causing agent, over Minnesota and other Midwestern states to see how far they would spread in the atmosphere. The particles were detected more than 1,000 miles away in New York State. Who was in charge here? Another one. Bacillus globigeli, the one that sprayed at the beginning, never shown to be harmful to people, was released in San Francisco, New York, Washington, D.C., and along the Pennsylvania Turnpike, among other places, which again would make me ask, but why?
This is unsettling to hear about.
Yeah.
Are they doing this shit right now?
funsies?
Right now?
I don't know. It says in New York, military researchers in 1966 spread Bacillus subtilis variant Niger, also believed to be harmless, in the subway system by dropping light bulbs filled with the bacteria onto tracks in the stations in Midtown Manhattan. The bacteria were carried for miles throughout the subway system. Army officials concluded in January 1968 that similar covert attacks with pathogenic disease-causing agents during peak traffic periods could be expected to expose large numbers of people to infection and subsequent illness or death.
Okay, so they were trying to see if a nerve agent or like bacteria, what's it called, a chemical attack or whatever,
Airborne attack, yeah.
could hurt people. So they
It seems like we kind of the answer's obvious though, right? Like, and then why did we have to use stuff that hurt people? Couldn't we have used something that like was funny?
It says believed to be harmless. It says that it was one that was believed to be harmless. The one that they did in the subway. But
so
who
was
knows?
the idea that they would put it into the air, then be able to test where they could still detect it distance-wise without it hurting anybody?
I think so.
But then people are saying, oh, well, it seems like it may have actually hurt people. And one of these was later found to be a cancer-causing agent.
You should probably be sure that the thing is harmless before you release it.
Yeah, why didn't they do that part of the test first?
Yeah.
Seemed like that would have been the move. In May of 1965, secret release of Bacillus globigla, my least favorite thing ever now, at Washington's National Airport and its Greyhound Lines bus terminal, more than 130 passengers were exposed to the bacteria traveling to 39 cities in 7 states in the 2 weeks following the mock attack. Why the hell did they do this so many times?
The mock attack.
Stop mock attacking us, assholes.
Hey,
We're getting real attacked fairly often now.
Ross, we want to see what will happen if you get shot with a gun. So we're going to shoot you
And then
see what happens.
we'll tell you about it after, how it goes.
We'll report back.
We'll report back.
That's
And
pretty
this
weird.
will help us next time you're shot.
I mean, yeah, it seems to me like these things, at least most of them may have been harmless, but like they're still exposing people to a bacteria
Unknowingly.
that you're not sure is harmless.
And without their, we didn't sign off on that. Is that in our taxes when we pay our taxes? Are we agreeing to them spraying us? I don't think so, Chief.
Yeah, mock
I'm
attacks.
not trying to get sprayed.
Not a big fan of the mock attack.
No more mock attacks. Stop 2 things. 1, gender reveal parties. 2, mock attacks. Jared, wouldn't it be great if there were a pocket-sized guide that helped you sleep, focus, act, be better, and forget all about the troubling segment that we just did? There is. And if you have 10 minutes, Headspace can change your life, and they really already have technically, because today's episode is brought to you by Headspace. Headspace is your daily dose of mindfulness in the form of guided meditations and an easy-to-use app. Both Jared and I have spoken to the very positive results that meditation has brought into our lives, and Headspace makes meditating and the practice of meditation, learning how to do it, getting into the routine, so easy. And they've got meditations for all different types of things. Like they've got a one for if you're feeling overwhelmed. They have a 3-minute SOS meditation. So if you're like really overwhelmed, starting to freak out, like maybe having a little panic, you can go do the SOS meditation, 3 minutes, kind of bring you back, center yourself, get back to your day, right? If you don't have too much time, you need 3 minutes to get your shit together, boom. They've got that 3-minute SOS meditation right there for you on Headspace. If you need help falling asleep, they've got wind down sessions.
Oh my God. Those things put me out.
Yeah, these aren't to be played with. Don't listen to that when you're driving.
Yeah.
Like it really does help you like get super relaxed and then fall right to sleep.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I've said it before. I was a mindfulness skeptic. I was like,
As many are.
how can you get my anxiety away by making me change my mind when all I want to do when I'm anxious is ruminate on something?
I mean, we're taught like basically our whole lives as children, like if something is wrong, the way to fix it is medicine. So like the concept that you could fix something yourself with your own mind sort of seems silly until you like kind of grow up enough to
Yes.
utilize this tool, which thankfully after 30 plus years, I got to that point. And now meditation is a huge part of my mental health routine. And I think, only part of Jared's mental health routine.
It is, yes. Maybe I should change that. But it's actually doing wonders right now.
It's a big thing to be able to add to the tool chest, man. Meditation. Every single person, every single member of the RBP gang that has tried this, that has hit us up and been like, dude, meditating is awesome.
And again, you might be like, yeah, Jared's a skeptic. I am too, but I'm probably a bigger skeptic than he was. No, I literally thought this didn't work. And then I did it and I was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I should have been doing this a long time ago. Headspace,
It's the
baby.
same thing as when I was like, I didn't have an iPhone and everybody had an iPhone, and I was like, F the iPhone, I'll never do it. And then I switched and I was like, I feel so stupid. This phone is so much better than all of the phones I had. I've had 50 of those moments, but meditating for the first time was definitely one of them. If you've never done it, or if you just need a way to help implement it more easily in your day-to-day, Headspace is great, and their approach to mindfulness can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, increase your overall sense of well-being, and they're supporting the podcast by being a sponsor. They're backed by 25 published studies on their benefits. They have 600,000 five-star reviews, over 60 million downloads, and you deserve to feel happier. Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/Ross today. That's headspace.com/Ross for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. That's a free month, Jared. Free 1-month trial. You've got nothing to lose. Headspace.com/Ross. Try it for a month. It's going to improve your life. I promise you. If it doesn't, it's a free 1-month trial.
It will, though. And after it does improve your life, I want you to DM me and be like, hey, J-Bone, thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, really do hit us up, though, and let us know how meditation goes for you, because it's been really huge for both Jared and I. This is the best deal they have offered right now. Headspace.com/Ross today. Free 1-month trial. Next segment. Big Milk's Big Lie. Milk. Have I started to say it correctly? Because there was complaints for a lot of years about the way I say milk, and because I say milk, naturally. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go get a glass of milk, pour that milk in some Cheerios, give me some milk. We need milk from the grocery store, and that makes people very uncomfortable because I think it's supposed to be milk.
I think milk is like a milk alternative now, isn't it?
M-E-L-K? Is it
be.
elk milk?
Wait, actually, yes, there was a...
I think this is something...
That was a Yeti April Fool's Day joke. Where
Okay,
they had like...
a marketing scheme.
It was Jordan Shipley.
Couldn't care less. Remember back in the 90s, though, Jared?
Yes.
Maybe you were still a sperm, I'm not sure. But when milk, like the liquid beverage milk from cows and goats and almonds, it was being pushed on us heavy by like the biggest A-list celebrities and athletes. I remember very specifically when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa were in the home run race before everybody found out that they were both on steroids and got real upset. They were two of the big figures in the Got Milk ad campaigns. I also very specifically remember touching myself at night to the Britney Spears Got Milk ad campaign, which was then created a strange relationship between me and breakfast.
Then there was Mia Hamm and Michael Jordan. Is that right? Anything you can do, I can do better?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yes. Wait, was that... I think that was just a Nike commercial. I don't know if that was...
Well, Mia Hamm, I know she did Got Milk.
Well, I'm sure they both did at different points, or maybe not Mike. I don't know. He's randomly against certain things. The Hanson brothers did it.
Got Mike. That's
Got
what
Milk.
Should have done.
I'm looking at a post on Instagram of... I mean, it was everybody. It was Austin Powers, Britney Spears.
What do you think about the way they went about it with the milk mustache?
So, I mean, that's obviously one of the more, it's disconcerting, right? Because it just like, first of all, I've drank a lot of milk in my life and still do, and this isn't a thing. I've never gone and looked in the mirror and been like, oopsie daisies, got me a big old milk mustache. Like that's just never happened. Maybe when I was a small boy and didn't know how to properly control a cup, but I'm a full-grown man. And I know how to use my hands. Is this my dating application? And I just it's clearly some shit they put on them, right? But it also it calls for a lot of cum jokes.
Yeah, so I think this is like a Disney thing, right? Where they're like, okay, for the kids, it's a milk mustache, but for the adults,
But
so
see,
they
that's
can
the
also
thing. The kids
enjoy
were the
it.
ones running around making jokes, like, because you're sick when you're a kid. You know, you're a pervert. You don't know.
I mean, you pretty much said that with the Britney Spears.
Yeah. Well, you don't know the rules of society yet. You're jacking it to milk ads. It's like, that's unacceptable behavior. Fucking sicko.
Does that ever become acceptable behavior at a certain age?
Sure. Full-grown adults can do whatever they want. Dude, my dad was so brainwashed by these milk ads that he still has a massive glass of 2% milk every day at lunch. Like, I legitimately thought if I didn't drink milk, like, all my bones would shatter into a million pieces one day. That, like, I would become a brittle old man at, like, the young age of 40 and like, wither away. That's how bad they had us brainwashed on this shit.
I agree. One of the biggest Floridian things about me is that I refused to drink milk growing up because I thought it was gross. It's just cow titty juice. I thought that was disgusting and it tasted weird.
What is it?
It's cow titty juice, yeah. I mean,
We just named it Milk.
So what I did,
Slapped a different name on there.
my mom instead, so I would get my calcium, which we needed, or else our bones would shatter in half.
Sure.
I would drink orange juice
Shatter in half.
orange juice with calcium. That's the Floridian thing about me.
Okay. Because Florida's the orange state.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend Nathan's dad used to literally shame us if we didn't finish our whole glass of milk, like at dinner. I think he slapped me and called me a whore once for leaving just a couple drops.
Really?
Yep.
That doesn't sound like appropriate behavior for a father of a...
This was this was like a really weird campaign though, because what we ended up finding out is that like, it turns out milk is not just this super liquid that has nothing but health benefits for you that you can just drink endlessly. In fact, a lot of people are like, lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fuck with dairy, of which the main thing is milk.
A lot of people listening right now, Lactaid is their saving grace, or else they fart and get stomach cramps every time they eat cheese.
Lactaid. I feel very blessed to not have to deal with any food allergies or issues like that yet. I'm sure I will at some point. So far, my life has just been me being like, I feel very blessed to blank, and then like it's like God making a list and then just taking that shit away slowly, piece by piece. That's life, kids. But when there was that period, and I told y'all about it on the show, where I couldn't stop eating ice cream when I was going to sleep. I think it was at the beginning of the pandemic. If you didn't listen to those, you don't have to. And it's just me. No, actually, they're probably fucking hilarious and weird. I was eating ice cream before bed every night, and then I was having like pretty explosive coffee shits the next morning and like issues with my stomach. And it was because of the ice cream. And I refused to accept that for many weeks because, God, I love it. Ice cream. And I got scared.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever thought maybe I'm about to become lactose intolerant. This is it for me. And I'll be, because I'd already become an almond milk boy when it comes to cereal. I like it. And I think it's supposed to be better for you, and I don't know anymore. And that's the thing about nutrition, is it keeps changing too quickly. And everything they taught us when we were children is fucking wrong.
The food pyramid?
Everything about it.
The food pyramid.
Dude, do you know the story of the food pyramid?
Generally, yeah. I know it's completely bogus, and all the lobbyists are just like trying to get higher up in the pyramid or lower down in the pyramid.
My girlfriend told me the story of how it was made, and I hope I don't butcher it, but the gist of it is, some fucking intern, like some senator's intern or something, was like, fuck it, I'll put it together real quick, and like made it. Somebody with no, like, not a doctor, not a scientist, just some random asshole. And they like pushed that through, and that was the thing we educated generations of Americans off how to eat. And then one day somebody went and readdressed it and was like, this is entirely wrong.
Yeah, there's way too many carbs on the food pyramid, and that's why I'm a bloated sack of potatoes.
Yeah, just you, not the entire fucking country.
Yes.
Remember the period where it was just like, in looking back, this was the golden age of America. The only thing anybody had to say about us was how fat we were. They were like, my God, look at this disgusting, obese country of cows. And frankly, that was the peak, right before we shattered into like political discourse and just violent social diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Social diarrhea. I like that term.
Big milk. And why'd they give up? Why'd they stop? You know?
That's a good question. Maybe.
Why don't I see the TikTokers doing got milk ads?
I think the young kids are out on milk, right?
This is right up the TikTokers' alley. It's sexualizing something non-sexual, bisexual, like, but without admitting it.
Yeah.
You know?
TikTok should definitely do got milk.
Like, I'm looking at one of Jennifer Love Hewitt, and like, a milk ad shouldn't make me think about having sex with Jennifer Love Hewitt. That shouldn't be the result of a milk ad. But it is. I don't know if that says more about me. But come on, man. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. It's Jennifer Love Hewitt, and it's the general image is she's made you breakfast. She's made you breakfast. It's pancakes, and they look delicious, frankly. They look fucking amazing. And then she's been drinking milk, and it's all over her upper lip. And what the hell? Come on.
She's in like a very like...
I was programmed to want to fuck a pancake my whole life. If you put pancakes out in front of me, plus Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She's in like a below you subservient angle too.
Hi, here's your breakfast. And then it says osteoporosis. So I drink fat-free milk with every meal. Each glass has calcium to help prevent it, which makes me feel good enough to tackle something else I hate. Cleaning up.
Man, fat-free, she said. Definitely wasn't fap-free.
Here's
And
the
boom goes the
Austin.
dynamite.
Here's the Austin Powers one. What's my bag? It's milk, baby, yeah! And then it says, the calcium in low-fat or fat-free milk helps to prevent osteoporosis and keep my bones strong, so I can keep my mojo working overtime. Oh, behave. That's an ad that made me drink more milk. Like, I read that and went, fuck yeah, dude, Austin Powers fucks. I'm gonna pound milk. And then I did. Just by the gallon. It's still a problem, Jared. Like, I'm still a cereal addict. This shit messed my whole life up. And it's like one of those things where until somebody does a documentary about it in 2040, I'm not going to even know the full story of why I lived this lie.
My buddy, Handjob Swag, that's his name, in high school, used to do Go Mad. Gallon of milk a day. When he would just drink a gallon of milk a day.
Jared, when I joined CrossFit, which I then wrote an article about that was read by millions of people called Stop CrossFit and started a revolution. Then I think it inevitably stopped CrossFit because their founder was outed as a Nazi, I believe, allegedly, if I'm not mistaken. Funniest fucking fitness era in the history of the United States, by far.
Handjob Swag does CrossFit.
That's why he did the gallon of milk a day thing, because my ass went to CrossFit and they were like, the coach was like, yo, your legs, what's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, what do you mean? And he was like, do you have like a disease? And I was like, no, I'm a normal boy. I just have chicken legs. And he was like, yeah, we want you to drink a gallon of milk a day. And I was like, what? And he was like, go to a fucking WOD and then like hit me with a whip. Like that's why I hit you with a whip. Hurt people hurt people.
What's a WOD?
Workout of the day.
Oh.
They used to name them random shit like Janice and then just beat the shit out of you for an hour and a half. If you threw up, they'd fucking applaud. It was madness. CrossFit was the scariest shit, bro. And every single one of those people voted for Trump. CrossFit's an undercut of QAnon. I'm serious.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yep.
Is a big CrossFit person.
Marjorie Taylor Greene fucking loves burpees, dude.
Also,
she can't stop doing Kipling pull-ups.
There's a rumor about Marjorie Taylor Greene and her CrossFit trainer that I'm not going to repeat because it's unsubstantiated. But I think you know where it's going.
She would repeat it.
She might.
She says the wildest shit on television, bro. I'll see her say some shit, and I'm just like, damn. We got to a place in this country where you can say whatever you want on TV now.
On C-SPAN.
At any channel, really. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can say whatever you want. There's a legal defense to it. It's called the First Amendment. Which one is freedom of speech? 2.
That's a gun right to bear arms.
God damn it.
I think it's 1, right? Yeah, it's 1.
Nobody knows the 3rd.
Freedom of religion, potentially.
Freedom of religion?
Yeah, that's one of them. I don't know which one.
I don't feel like we focused much on that one, especially up front.
Well, that's why Scientology exists. So
We were like, are you a Christian? Nope, get out. But yeah, I do get that was like the original reason for them wanting to come here. You know, they didn't like the way the church was telling them to do shit in Britain or whatever, which in hindsight is a really fucking stupid reason to leave a place. Make your own church there.
well, no, they get executed and beheaded.
Oh, they had to bail. They had to bounce.
They were getting killed.
So they came here and killed. Makes
Yes.
sense.
And then
Hey, again, Jared, hurt people hurt people.
the Louisiana Purchase, fun fact, was Louisiana going,
I'm joking and not excusing any type of OG slaughter that went down here.
yeah, the Louisiana Purchase was essentially France going, hey, we have a lot of territory. Only like a very small percentage of it is colonized. The rest of it is a bunch of Native Americans. So here, you can have this land and you can go kill them because we're too lazy to kill them. And then that's what happened.
Because we are too lazy to. Y'all got this
Pretty much.
on the cheap here.
And I think they needed the
Sad.
money and they had distractions from slave revolt in Haiti. It's a whole big issue. 1804 ties all full circle.
Human history is not like
Yeah.
a fun and friendly path to travel down. I don't know if anybody's figured this out yet. It's not just recently that we've been fucking up. It's been pretty much this whole time in all manner of different ways, too. I feel like some young people are like, God, look what we've done to the world, like racism and social issues and healthcare. And I'm like, yo, this is like the best version of this we've gotten so far. Do you have any idea how much shit other people went through for us to get to this version where we all hate it, but it's the best version we've gotten so far? in most ways. Like, it is. If you want to go look at the other versions, they have not been good for anybody, for the most part. So, at least we're trying. Some of us, Ted Cruz is not trying. He's still not trying. You think he drank enough milk as a child? I don't.
I mean, he's got a mustache now.
Speaking of, since we're already here upsetting people, I'd like to take some more time today to further examine the quote-unquote sport of skiing. One that the rich people have defended vigorously for generations, high up on their mountains, escaping all the poors who muck around in the mud as they glide down their pure Aryan snow. Rest in peace to Sonny Bono. Many people, mostly well-off white folks, were very upset last week when we discussed the best types of vacation, and I said going skiing was next-level idiotic behavior and questioned why anybody would hurl themselves down a mountain going 90 miles per hour on some long slivers of wood as shoes. Like Clark Griswold thinks skiing is stupid. He puts his kid on a trash can lid to go sledding instead. Because that is somehow safer and more responsible. So people are really upset. I don't care. This is not something I'm going to change my mind about. People are like, terrible take. I'm like, no, it's my opinion. I've been to the mountains, all right, a bunch of times. I rode the fucking gondola up and down Aspen Mountain and shit. I've seen it. I've seen the little stupid restaurant where you people spray champagne on each other and whatnot. Like, I still at no point was like, God damn. On the way down in the gondola, I was like, this is really beautiful. I'm glad I'm in this gondola and not one of these psychos on slivers of wood going way too fast. And all y'all are drunk. I've seen it. Y'all are all fucked up. The whole thing revolves around drinking. And now getting high. Everybody's all fucking shit-housed. This is not safe. And don't pretend you're not. Don't pretend you're not. That's the other thing about, like, once you're, like, I don't drink, and now somehow people think that they can tell me things about drinkers. Like, dude, no, I drank my whole fucking life. I've been around. I know y'all are all drunk on that goddamn mountain. The whole point is to get fucked up.
I have. Are you done?
Yes.
As somebody who's gone skiing my whole life.
You ever done it sober?
Yes. I'll say this, Ross. Yes, there's always drunk people skiing. It's more like 15% of people are drunk skiing, right? Now, like
Most
you
people
said,
get drunk after they ski.
Exactly. Everybody gets drunk after they ski, 100%.
That.
But what you were correct about is in 2021, probably 75% of people are high skiing now, yeah.
Yeah. Which, I don't even mind. Like, I get it. You do your recreational activities on recreational substances. That makes sense to me. Drunk,
it's 80
high,
miles an hour down a mountain.
I get it, but like this is some dangerous shit. Like this isn't shooting hoops in the driveway after smoking a joint. This is like on some life or death shit. I don't trust, like, think about the people who are on that mountain. And this is the thing where I like, whenever you go to like a theme park or Schlitterbahn and you're looking around and you're just like, who the fuck are these people? Well, those are the people who vote, and those are the people who are on that mountain. I mean, one of those motherfuckers takes a little pizza directional mistake, you're gone.
So another thing that your idea of skiing seems to like capitulate under is that people are going 80 miles an hour down the ski hill, which is probably like 10% of skiers who go on double, triple black diamonds and go that fast.
So probably like how fast?
I mean, a
40,
normal person
50?
is probably going about 25 miles an hour. Down a blue or like a green or like a single black.
We had a listener send us a thing like, holy shit, I hit 70.
Yeah, that guy's definitely like a legit double black diamond skier, 100%.
I feel like all of my friends are legit double black diamond skiers.
I feel like the ones who do that, though, aren't drunk or high. Because they're like, I have my life in my hands, one small turn, and I'm going to smash into a tree.
No, they're all fucked up. They're all drunk. They are. They are. They don't, none of this shit that white people go do like recreationally is done sober. Boating, water skiing, everybody's shithoused.
I mean, no, boating definitely, yes.
Skiing,
boating,
regular skiing, water
say
skiing, jet skiing.
The average BAC of somebody driving a boat is probably 0.6, which means a lot of them are over the limit.
Yeah, nobody has half a beer and goes boating. God.
That's why in Austin you have to hire somebody to do that.
But skiing is stupid. It's the cold part. I don't like cold weather. Why would I go do a cold weather activity? You're like, oh, you're missing out. You'd never understand. Like, maybe. But just the ski people are like, they're like really overzealous religious people. I don't believe the same shit you do. Don't push it on me. Just fucking keep it to yourself. Go skiing. Spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars taking your ass thousands of miles up into the mountains.
It's a really tall mountain.
Landing, like you can't even, Aspen, for instance, your odds of getting your plane to land are like 1 in 3. They have to like turn around and put you in another town most of the time because it's such a difficult fucking place to land a plane.
I've never been, so check your privilege, buddy.
I don't think most people have. It costs too much money and you can barely land a plane up there.
I've been a Telluride.
You have to like own a private plane. One of my buddies lives there now. I've never been to Telluride. I've also never been skiing, remember. The only reason I even went up into the mountains was due to marriage. So, like, but I've seen it. I've been close enough. I've sat there and watched it long enough. I get the appeal, but with too many years passed, I'm in my 30s. It's over. I buried it. But, like, you don't have to come at me and try to explain why it's something that I have to experience, because here's the thing. I absolutely fucking don't. That's too much clothing. It's too cold. I don't see the, like, appeal. I just don't. Speaking of which, Jared, you went to NASCAR over the weekend.
I did.
You and I got invited. We're fortunate enough to get tickets through a listener.
Yes, shouts to Graham.
Huge shouts to Graham. I was dealing with some of the SSRI withdrawals still, and it's like a day-to-day deal. But Jared went. I didn't get to go. Many people I know were able to go. Jared, tell us a little bit about the NASCAR experience. I've never been to a NASCAR race. You said this is your third.
Yes, this is my third.
Have you ever been this close?
So this is the closest I've sat in the bleachers. I had a hot pass to the Daytona 500.
Hot pass.
I was in pit row, like literally.
Oh,
like,
the inside circle.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
donut.
But like no, like in the pit. Like the inside circle
shit, okay.
is like the infield.
What's that called? The infield?
Yeah. I was literally like, I had a pass because we were there covering it that I literally got to go in the pits and like chill, and like that was crazy. So yeah, they are unbelievably loud. Until my first race, I didn't know like earplugs aren't like this could help your ears out.
You
No,
have to wear them.
you literally have to, or else it's like listening to music on high in headphones for 4 hours.
We talked about this recently, how the Apple AirPods will alert you now, like, you need to turn your music down. You've been listening too loud for too long. And I was making fun of that and saying Tim Cook was trying to control our ears or whatever. I don't know what my take was. It doesn't matter. The point is this. I went 33 years before I listened to something at a volume where my ears alerted my brain, hey, this is uncomfortable. 33 years, man. It finally happened. It was a sad fucking moment for me. It was like a week ago. I was listening to music and I was like, God, it's like loud. And I turned it down and I was like, oh no.
That's a good thing. You shouldn't be listening to stuff that loud.
No, it's a bad thing. I hit the point where now it like hurts if I listen to something too loud.
Yeah, that's good. That means you'll be able to hear longer. Anyways.
They're going to have whatever robot ear for us at that point, Jared. 30 years from now, Elon's on that.
We're going to be hawking like a direct-to-consumer earpiece.
Because I'm going to be wearing both of them to be able to hear you say anything so that we can do the show.
Yeah. So yeah, second row is the closest I've ever sat in the bleachers. Unbelievable seats right
Check
there.
your privilege.
Main grandstand. It was
Go to,
awesome.
boy.
It rained the entire day, but like I said, I wore my Birddogs, so I was totally fine.
The weather was ass in Austin. It hasn't been great the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rain.
Very fun, though. It's the first ever NASCAR race at Circuit of the Americas, which is a Formula One track, which I really want to go to.
COTA, as they call it.
COTA.
Circuit of the Americas. It's very far away. I went to the X Games there once. That was something.
It's like half an hour away.
120 fucking degrees. Yeah.
It's not that
very far away.
It's not that far
from
away. It's close.
from the central Austin, though, in terms of...
I could get there from Bolen Media headquarters in 30 minutes, so it's not that far away.
Yeah. That's far for me.
Yeah, I guess. So, really fun, loud, great. They called the race early because of visibility issues, and
Because of the rain?
the rain. Yeah, it was like a low coverage, so it wasn't very light out, and also the windshield wipers suck on the NASCAR cars. It was the interesting part about the race is that it was a road race, right? It's not an oval track race or whatever. Like they're not just making left turns the whole time.
It's not Rainbow Road.
It's not Rainbow Road. Well, it's more like Rainbow Road. Yeah, it's kind of similar to Rainbow Road.
Okay.
It's some of the cars, because it was raining and it's a road course, were literally going 30 miles an hour around corners. I was like, I just did that on the way in here.
It wasn't Koopa Troopa Beach.
No. Or it wasn't that one in Mario Kart Double Dash that's like the
Jared,
little
hit the
tiny
Mario
circle.
Kart sound effect.
Oh, it's on a different bank, Ross. I don't.
What?
It's on so I'm gonna go peel back the curtain here.
Oh, I hate when you do this.
Here's how the soundboard works.
The curtain is there for a reason. Stop disrespecting the curtain.
We have 5 different banks of sound.
It's one button to get to the next bank.
Well, it's 2.
Between the time it took you to explain this, we could have listened to the Mario Kart sound effect thrice. Fucking A. You better tap it right on each one. Beep, 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 to get that little boost.
Yeah.
Who's your character? Who's your guy?
Well,
You told me recently, let's see if you stick to the same story. If this was a police interview, they'd check the tape.
I don't know what I said. Well, me.
Yep.
I
Typical.
Here's what I would say. Toad, right? Because me and Stormy Daniels have the same. Pick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a Toad guy. Through and through.
So is Trump.
Toad. What did they say Biden played with? Luigi or something?
Yes, and people hated that. I like Luigi. Luigi's a good choice. They said it was Luigi, yes. And also, I don't really think Joe Biden has ever played Mario Kart, and if he did, it was the first one when he was already 50. So, it's interesting.
What
He's old.
character did he play with?
He's really old.
I think it was...
It was Luigi.
I'm trying to double check that to make sure we get our facts straight here. Our political facts really need to be straight.
Yeah.
You know, people get upset if they're
Uh-huh.
not. Yeah. Luigi. Confirmed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I put in the hard work
Yes.
to research the answer we were looking for. You've got your
Please
finger on
clap.
the keyboard there. What's going on?
I hit please clap.
Oh, well. I talked over it, Jared. I talked over it.
Yeah, Ross, I'm not going to lie to you. I need sufficient more training in soundboard. People seem to like it. One guy said he's not going to be a patron anymore if you take a soundboard away from him.
Well, I think we might have to sacrifice that one guy. Back to you, Jared.
I don't agree.
So it's super, 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 super loud.
Oh, unbelievably loud.
It got
yeah.
canceled because it was raining.
Barrett was wearing earplugs. Barrett
Yeah.
Dudley, Oysters, Cleanse, and Cockles co-host,
Oysters. Yeah.
was wearing earplugs, and when the cars went around, he would still cover his ears because it was so loud.
Damn.
Yeah.
You just threw Barrett right under the bus for having weak ears.
I mean, it probably better ears than us because if it's hurting his ears, it means his ears.
I don't know about your logic here. I don't look, I'm like, man, my heart hurts, so that's got to be good. It means my heart's working well. People watching is the fun part about NASCAR, though, right? Like, 'cause
Oh,
the
yeah.
cars just go in circles.
Well, Dan Regester, who I went with, was one of the people were people watching.
What was he doing?
He was wearing jorts, a tank top with wolves on it, a headband, and like yellow tinted aviators. And he had a goatee. He shaved into a goatee in solidarity with Brooks Koepka, who lost. So
You and Dan together low key look like NASCAR people. Like you would definitely be like
we are. We've been to 3 races.
You'll be our official NASCAR correspondent
100%.
as
yeah.
of this moment.
Can you send me to Charlotte this weekend?
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. You're just our correspondent.
Well, there's a race
you
in
can
Charlotte
zoom
this
in.
week.
You could zoom in.
To Charlotte.
Just
to the
zoom
race.
in. Just zoom in, Jared. You'll be fine.
It's not correspondents typically correspond. They don't.
But you had a blast.
Very fun. Circuit of the Americas. It was my first race there.
Coda.
I really want to go to the Formula One race, the U.S. Grand Prix.
I've heard this shit is amazing. I've heard it's very, very, very cool. I would absolutely go. I just don't want to go to the X Games. We don't have them anymore, so it doesn't matter.
That's good.
Mhm.
I've been watching Formula One Drive to Survive on Netflix. I'm getting really into it.
People are super into this.
Ross, I finally, Graham, the guy who helped us get the tickets, said you need to just bite the bullet and watch it. I knew I'd get obsessed with it because it's essentially like every sports documentary, right? Hard Knocks or other sports documentary.
The Last Dance.
Yeah, exactly. Where like you just get really into it, right? Like I don't give a shit about the Raiders.
30 for 30.
I don't care about the Raiders, but when they're on Hard Knocks, I'm a huge Raiders
A
fan.
League of Their Own.
Exactly. A League of Their Own is not a documentary, is it?
What was that Keanu Reeves movie where he became the quarterback because they needed scabs because the NFL had a strike?
The Last Boy Scout.
Keanu Reeves, quarterback. Dude, Keanu has had such an amazing career, just to take a moment to recognize that, obviously. The Replacements from the year 2000. That's a movie about Keanu Reeves growing up in the Matrix.
Okay, Dan referenced Keanu Reeves and the movie The Replacements yesterday in the drive back, and again, I was like, I never heard of this. Why has this movie just gotten brought up in my life twice in a row?
It's just a great movie, man. It's a great sports movie, you know? Speaking of NASCAR and sports.
And if you like hearing about Dan, we just had Dan on a recent Patreon episode.
We did. Also, the NBA playoffs are finally upon us, which, as I admitted on Monday, when the Rockets are not involved, makes it more enjoyable for me. And this year they finished with the NBA's worst record, so I'm free to just gamble on the NBA playoffs to my heart's desire without any type of emotional fucking scenario at all. It's just fun. Only fun. Great storylines this year with the new look Nets coming in healthy if Harden holds up, and he has so far. Nets took the first game. Lakers dropped their first game, by the way. Knicks are in and dropped their first game. It's a super weird year, and weird years make for the best opportunities in NBA playoff madness. So, hit MyBookie.ag today and use the code RBP when you sign up with our sports betting sponsor at MyBookie.ag to get a deposit bonus. Stipulations apply. They got a great website, all the bets you could possibly want, props, live lines, futures. The casino is awesome. I've used every single corner of this thing, played every single table game on their casinos. I've done all the different sports bets for years. We've been using MyBookie, and if you bet on sports and don't use MyBookie.ag, you absolutely should. Great service. Not only are you going to get your action, but you're going to support the show at the same time. Have fun, gamble responsibly. Hit MyBookie.ag. Use that code RBP to support the show. Get that deposit bonus up to $1,000. Stipulations apply. I just loaded in $1,000 over the weekend just to focus on, for me, the NBA playoffs, and I'm going to pick like every single game. All right? And I'm sharing a lot of those picks on Twitter, at WR Bolen on Twitter. I went 3 for 1 on my first day. I'm going to go again tonight. Yep. We have 2 games tonight. Probably do it all week, at WR Bolen on Twitter to see my picks, which you should absolutely fade. But I'm up $460 so far. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Code RBP at MyBookie.ag.
Ross, I placed 2 NASCAR bets while I was at Coda yesterday for my phone.
How'd you do?
Very easy to do. Well, I picked Chase Elliott over Kyle Busch, and I picked Kyle Larson over Martin Truex Jr., I believe. Well, Ross, Chase Elliott finished first, and Kyle Larson finished second. So
not well.
Oh, no. My 2 matchups I picked,
oh, your guys
one
crushed.
guy finished first, one guy finished second. They literally could not have lost to anybody else unless they raced each other.
You guys crushed.
Yeah, I just won $200.
So that's an
Easy.
example of something like, I didn't know that in NASCAR you can bet matchups. So
Matchups in
people
NASCAR.
think like when you're betting on a golf tournament or when you're betting on NASCAR that you have to bet like who's going to be the overall winner, which is really, really hard to do. And that's not the case. You can bet matchups, which just means you have to pick between 2 racers or 2 golfers who's going to win the day. And that really simplifies things. There's a ton of different prop bets as well for all different types. Who will win the first third of the race? Who will win the middle third? The final third? Who will win the first quarter of the basketball game? You can bet literally freaking everything and anything you can think of when it comes to sports on MyBookie.ag.
Action.
Use the code RBP to support the show when you deposit and get yourself some action for all of the sports. But it has been one of the best, and I'll say, it's been a long, strange road to get back here. But watching sports with people in the stadium, hearing the emotions, seeing Trae Young talking shit to Madison Square Garden, I needed this element of my life back. I needed it badly. I feel much more alive. This weekend was the biggest sports weekend we have had since COVID started. We have had playoff hockey. We have had playoff basketball. We have had NASCAR. What else happened? Baseball's going right now. Everything. Jimmy.
UFC.
Sure.
Cody
Fights.
Garbrandt lost.
There's fighting.
Rob Vaught.
People are fighting each other for money.
Tale as old as time.
Anyway, MyBookie.ag, code RBP. Big news before we head out.
Mm-hmm.
In honor of 400 episodes, we've got a monthly Bolen Media business update coming on Patreon this week. Not really in honor of it, but once a month on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast, we do a Bolen Media business update for certain tiers. That is coming out this week with episode 400 in mind. We're 400 episodes into this podcast that was kind of the flagship that enabled Bolen Media to be born. And as such, we're going to do a business update. I'm going to do a business update, kind of breaking down for y'all where we're at, how we survived 2020, how 2020 went for us, what we're looking at in 2021, and what we're planning for in the future on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. And that should be up probably by Wednesday, if I had to guess, if not sooner. Hell, maybe today. We'll see.
Yeah. That's open to all tiers. If you are on our Patreon, if you sign up for it,
then you get the Bolen Media business update every month. Every single month. And any tier, you get the ad-free Friday episodes, the exclusive ad-free Friday episodes that are only on Patreon and Patreon only. Also, if you sign up right now, 2 mental health minisodes available from this month already. I did 2 separate ones. One was about Mental Health Awareness Month, which is the month of May. Remember, hit your people up and stay there for each other. Make sure you're there for each other. And the other one was about, my experience with antidepressants and SSRIs. As I mentioned, I'm weaning off of one. This is my second time doing that. And I share my experience with this field of medication and the 2 individual meds that I've taken on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast and that mental health minisode that's available to the $10 and up tier, also the $100 tier. 4 more columns total coming in the next 8 days. 4 more columns dropping, written by Jared and I, or one, not together, one or the other. Maybe we'll write a poem together, who knows, on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. So get on there. Ton of new stuff. We have worked very hard to bring that offering to be something that you guys would want to be a part of in exchange for supporting the show. So get in there and look at it.
We are almost to 1,000 patrons, baby.
We're almost back to 1,000. That is huge, 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 huge. Shouts to everybody on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. Shouts to Ricky Prosper for the new logo.
Thank
we
you,
love
Ricky.
it. We needed it. We feel so brand safe and yet unique and fun at the same time. Also like a mix between Starbucks and Looney Tunes, and frankly, that's an automatic win. Early birthday shout out to Hand, who was an RBPOG Patreon member named Hand, coming up in June. June, baby, stand up. We run this. It means a lot to have been able to do 400 episodes of this show. I want 400 more. And to do that, we're going to need a lot more people on patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast. And as many of you telling friends and family about the podcast as possible. The pandemic fucked my shit up, sadly, and we are recovering, but we can do that a lot more quickly with your help. So we appreciate each and every one of you that has taken the time to share the show with others over the years. If someone else shared this show with you, then you're obligated to pay it forward. We're even more thankful for those of you who have supported us directly on Patreon over the years, even through the lowest lows where it was like just depressed Ross going through a divorce, rambling into a microphone. Thank you so much for sticking around and being there and making sure that we could make it to this day where the show is what it should be. And thank you again to everybody who's been there at any point on Patreon. And if at any point you've been able to afford to support the show directly by being there in exchange for ad-free additional content and episodes, I appreciate it dearly. And frankly, we need you now more than ever. So go to patreon.com/Ross Bolen Podcast today. Get those ad-free episodes, the mental health minisodes, the columns, the merch that's coming inevitably, and more. We'll be back Wednesday. Billy and the Bone Man, out.